Welcome to this poster session entitled Reaction Time and Impulsive Decision Making in a Delay Discounting Task. We know that delay discounting measures preferences between smaller rewards available sooner, which is called SS, and larger rewards, which are available later, which is called LL. However, the relationship between choosing these SS over LL rewards has not been adequately studied in response to reaction time. However, in perceptual decision-making, we know that as the difference between the stimuli get larger, the choice becomes cognitively less demanding, and therefore the RT time, the reaction time, is shorter. But we tested the hypotheses that that's not true in delay discounting. Rather, cognitive processes involved in SS choices include an impulsive component and are thus made faster with shorter RT times, regardless of the reward differences. We also had the advantage that our sample had taken this test at a previous time, and so that we could group them into high and low discounters even before they took the current version of the test. This indicates how the delay discounting task was organized. I think we're mostly familiar with that. We had 20 individuals, and our behavioral analysis was done at the trial level without aggregation. The data were analyzed first with a Bayesian generalized linear mixed effects model, and that was tested on SS versus LL choices as a function of the reward magnitude, the relative reward difference, the time differences, the reward immediacy and framing effects, as well as reaction time. We also included interaction terms. Second, we performed the same analysis, taking into account the group membership regarding whether the individuals were in the high discounter, that is the impulsive group, or the low discounter from the previous taking of the test. The results indicated a significant main effect for reaction time. That indicated that with increased reaction time, participants made more LL choices. We also had a main effect on the SS choice of the reward size, the relative reward difference, the time difference. As mentioned, the main effect of reaction time was significant in our first model. And in our second model, the discounter group also was significant. Furthermore, interactions between the discounter group and the reaction time was significant. Those interactions are further illustrated here, where we find that reaction time interacted with relative reward difference, demonstrating that when the choices had smaller reward differences, shorter reaction time was associated with fewer LL responses. But when the choices had a larger RRD, the probability of the LL responses was less associated with reaction time. We also had, as I said, in the second model, an interaction between reaction time and the high-low discounter groups, such that the high discounters, the impulsive people, showed a steeper increase of LL choices with increased reaction time compared to the low discounters. So the conclusions in summary are that unlike perceptual decision-making in a delay discounting task, reaction time is related not only with task difficulty, but with an individual's discounting propensity. For smaller reward differences, shorter reaction time was associated with fewer LL responses, whereas when the choices had the larger RRD, the probability of an LL response was less correlated with reaction time. Finally, prior choices made a difference, and high discounters compared to low discounters showed a steep change in LL choices with increased reaction time. That is, the more time they took to make the choice, suggesting that there's a contribution of cognitive processes involved in LL choices, depending at least to some degree on prior discounting style and therefore on impulsivity propensity. I hope this was helpful. Thank you very much.